this many partners in our life.
So Rob, comment on your request to be traded from Tampa Bay. Oh, that was the previous guy. Obviously, hockey is a very unique sport. Community in the locker room, maybe different from some other ones. Teamwork and teammates are valued probably even more to a great extent than anywhere else. When a player does something like this, or his agent to sort of make himself stand out, or at a young age kind of throw his weight around a little bit, sometimes it doesn't always go over great. I read some of your quotes in the Toronto media about how he had to just come down and work hard. Yeah. Where in your eyes does that stand? I mean, how's this go over when a 20-year-old makes a splash like this?
We're excited to have him. We're excited for him to be part of our team. I've talked to him. He's excited to play down here. He's excited to be part of the Crunch and help us win some hockey games. He said earlier he came down last year. It was only for 2 games, but he came down with a smile on his face. He worked hard, and he was a big part of 2 wins for us. And so we're looking forward to having him come down and help us win some hockey games. And I expect, it's like I tell any other player that comes down, for him to come in and work hard and help the Crunch win hockey games and earn the respect of his teammates by working hard.
Is there any concern that this is kind of a distraction for the team?
I think our team's excited. They do. He's a talented player that we're going to infuse into our lineup. He'll bring us some energy. He'll bring a lot of skill to our lineup. We could use a little bit of energy right now. We've kind of been, rocking at about 500 for the last month or so, and we got to up our game a little bit, and he'll help us do that.
How does having a player like him down here who has NHL experience help the rest of your team?
Well, I think it does bring some energy to our team, and they know what he can do offensively. He's a pretty dynamic player. I think guys will be excited to play, with him. Excited for him to be in the locker room and see what he can do and how he can help us on the ice. And, selfishly for the Crunch, I think it's an exciting time.
What was your reaction when you saw the agent's request for a trade?
Stuff happens in hockey that will lead between the agent and Tampa. As far as we're concerned, we have a player in our lineup that's going to help us win hockey games, and that's the way we have to look at it. And we're going to help him to round out his game. We're going to help him. He's going to help us win hockey games. It's as simple as that.
Obviously, as a 20-year-old, there's things that you get thrust into.
Yeah.
You being a coach, is there stuff that you can impart to him to kind of deal with a lot of this? Because this is a lot for a 20-year-old to get thrust into.
It is, but I think the only thing that's really in his control right now is what he does on the ice and what he can bring to the table. The best thing he can do for himself, for the organization, for the Crunch, for Tampa, is come down here and work hard and let the chips fall where they may. I don't think there's anything else he can do. Everything else is on the outside. What Jonathan needs to do is come down here and play hockey.
Have you ever experienced anything like this, whether it was with a teammate when you were playing?
I haven't. It's been a while since I played, so I don't know. I can't really recall. But we're looking at as we're getting a talented player in our lineup. For us, selfishly, it's a good thing.
Is this a good thing for him? I mean, obviously, some sort of adversity, it kind of helps you grow up and realize that this job is kind of fleeting and you kind of need to persevere through hard.
Well, hopefully it'll help him grow. I always said it's never a bad thing for a player to come down the American Hockey League and play a lot of minutes and get his game where he wants it to be. And that's ultimately why he's down here, is to, it's no different than, Vasilevsky was down here. Drouin came down last year for a little while. Other guys have come down and gone back up and played really well and came down here and worked hard. Like Vasi was a great example. He came down here, worked his tail off for 3 weeks, and became a dad and had it, all of it. So it's good. I expect nothing less than that from Joe.
Your picture right now has to be 22 guys every year. You got a team to worry about, but
Yep.
when you search the memory bank back to the days when you were a 20-year-old player or a prospect or 19-year-old, maybe a little bit different circumstance that Jonathan was when he was 19 or 20. But there was a time when you were up and coming and you wanted to hurry up and get some playing time. Can any of you relate to sort of his urgency and maybe his impatience to sort of make a big splash early? I mean, can you understand what he's saying when
What?
when the whole trade thing and I want to play more? I mean, is there any part of it you can understand impatience and the urgency to sort of maybe not be in the minors at such a young age?
Well, I just know that he's passionate about hockey. I know he wants to be successful, and he wants to play in the NHL. And we're going to try and help him do that. And then, but you know, I was a player once. I want to get to the NHL and I want to play. And he understands that he needs to come down and play hockey. He wasn't playing that much up in Tampa, and he knows and understands that he needs to come down and play. And it's the best thing for him right now. I've been there before as a player. I've seen it before as a coach, and I know as a player it did nothing but help. And I've seen it as a coach, coaching players that have come down and helped, and it's helped guys tremendously to come down and play. And they come down, get their confidence, they feel good about themselves because he's going to come down, he's going to play a lot, he's going to play in all situations. So it'll be good for him ultimately. At the end of the day, he's a hockey player that wants to play.
You coming back here at 10:30 tomorrow? We'll be on the
Yeah.
season.
Yep. All right, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.